I have an enlarged tummy from a long time, from the time I don't even remember. I also have pigmentation on my skin, and I do have facial hair since the time I was in my 20s. It's not that I haven't worked on all these things. I have really worked on all these things, but over a period of time, I've also come to accept that all these things are a part of my body. Why am I talking about these things today? Because I got a question from someone that they felt that they are not good looking, and because of that, they are not able to find a right relationship. And then I was asked to make a video on it, and when I said yes to it, I thought it would be very, very easy. But let me tell you, it isn't. Because when I talk on a video regarding these things, I talk from my experience. And before I start sharing my experience, I also want to tell you that I am not a professional therapist. I am a YouTuber who experiences life and shares her life as it is. And this particular question has been a very, very major part of her life because I've struggled, really struggled with this issue over a very long period of time till I found my answers. So let's start with these words that everybody is different and every body is different. Any of you who comes across this video and this particular topic resonates with you and you are in a very worried state right now, let me tell you that your worry is real. Yes, it happens to us. It happens to all of us. We feel that we are not good looking, or we are not successful, or we are not healthy enough, or we are not famous enough, and because of so and so reason, we are not able to find the right relationship, the right job, or the right place to live in, or whatever we expect out of life. Worry is natural, but it should not define you or your everyday life. You have to make it an everyday practice to let go of it. Find ways to let go it. Sometimes, if I remember my past, it used to be my every hour practice. Like every 30 minutes, I had to really shake my thoughts well so that I could just let go of any thoughts that were draining my energy, putting me in negative place, and also removing my focus from what I want. And instead you have to start focusing on actions. Now what are those actions? That we'll come to little later. Instead, right now what you have to remember is that you have to start somewhere, and I would suggest that you start writing your story unfiltered as it comes to you, not focusing on how well you write, how well you use your language, or how well the grammar is, but just letting it all out. That's the first step because that's how I started. There could be different ways of approaching it, and that's why I say that if you are really in a situation where this is not helping you, or you feel that this is not right for you and you need a professional help or professional therapist to guide you, then please go for it. It's very important. I personally have been not to a professional therapist but lot of spiritual healers, and because they resonated with me, and I was taking a very aware decisions, that it was not coming from desperation. I used to see their work, and when I felt okay, this person is right for me, I used to invest my time, energy and money on the services they provided to me, and it really worked for me. I would say start somewhere. Sometimes just asking for help might be your first step, or talking to somebody would be your first help. Like you asked me this question and I'm making this particular video in response. It could be just your first step towards your goals, or to get out of the situation that you are stuck in. I still remember that when my there was a phase where I was stuck, where my health, finances, relationships, and even my workplace was not working for me. I think that was the lowest point of my life, and at that point of time, I just talked to this colleague of mine, and we were on good terms, but we were not very close in terms of friends. But sometimes you just open up to people because you feel they are not very judgmental about you. And at that one time, she was talking about her cousin who's a yoga teacher, and her cousin's name I had already some years back read in the newspaper. So I remembered, I connected the dots, and then I read again her cousin's work in yoga, and that kind of clicked for me. I just felt that okay, I can try this class. Now I wanted to try this class not for fitness because I was already gymming, but because of the kind of yoga she was teaching. It was kind of a very healing yoga, very calm yoga. It's known as Kundalini yoga, and it used to be very far away from my home. I was a school teacher, used to come back at 3, so to attend her class at 4:30 I had to ensure that I eat within 3 to 3:15 so that I have 1 hour gap, and at 3:45 I used to start for her class to enter her class at 4:30. And that yoga class was so healing for me mentally and for my body, because it was already strained due to stress and gymming. And then from that yoga class I met so many other people who were so evolved in terms of their spiritual journey. And I used to again to I took their sessions, I used to attend their classes, I took their healing therapies. So if I look back, that I can straight away point out to that random conversation with a colleague who was so younger to me, whom I never thought would be of any help in terms of my problems, but that random conversation opened so many doors for me. And from there my healing journey started, my spiritual journey started. I started focusing on myself, I started working on myself in so many ways. First of all, identify those small opportunities and just keep saying yes to those small opportunities, and you just never know which door will open for you and where it can lead you. So I wanted to share this very little story because it is so important, and because you are in a very beginning stage right now in terms of your this kind of journey, I would also say that you must have one very solid support with you to guide you in a very non-judgmental way, and you only need one. Like for me, it was my parents. They just knew everything about me, what I'm doing, what are the decisions I'm making. And if they felt that okay, this is just not okay, they just used to express their opinion. They never stopped me. I knew that they were talking from the space of wisdom, so I used to consider their opinion, and if I felt it was fine, I also never used to take that kind of an action. I never went ahead with it. So for me, it was very important to have that support. Played very big role for me because one, it was unconditional support, that they will always be there for me. I had that kind of trust and confidence. Second, they listen to me. And third, they will give their suggestions, opinions and advice in a very non-judgmental way and not in the sense of choking me. So that kind of a support. And even if I make mistakes, they are not going to say, oh, you did this, that's why that is happening. So they had become those kind of parents, and that really helped me to take decisions, to take risks, and to be able to take step forwards and come out of the situation. Because the kind of situations I had at that point of time, I needed to take bigger, sometimes riskier steps as well. So you need that kind of a support where you are given emotional support, where a lot of your worries are taken care of. So that really helps you to focus on what is the problem in front of you and how you can solve it. So in some cases it may not be parents, it could be somebody else. You have to find that one person for supporting you. That is all you need. So these are the basic few steps that I have told you. There are a lot of other things that are there. It's a very long journey, but I thought that in this particular vlog I might be able to convey this much of a message. And only if you think whatever I've spoken resonates completely with you, then we can further break it down to many other steps, and I can explain all those steps in detail. And once you start doing it, you will find lot of answers on your own. Ultimate goal is not to find a guru outside of you. The ultimate goal is to find that guru within yourself, and that's what my yoga teacher taught me, and I always and always remember it. I just hope you like what you whatever I say today. Actually, you're able to understand it, it resonates with you. And if you really like, and if you want me to make more videos, detailed videos around this topic, do let me know. I shall definitely come up with more parts of it. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you for suggesting this topic to me.